Hi, Chris Rasmus with Rasmus Auctions. We got our whole team out here at Christians Fellowship Church. Times are a little strange right now, but we're open for business and we're doing things that make it easy to participate in the auction and easy to come out safely to pick up your merchandise. So initially our intention was to have every day available for every pickup, but we've decided with the COVID to be able to maintain higher safety standards, we're going to have certain items available on certain days for pickup. And if you're from outside Maryland, DC, or Virginia, we're going to have arrangements that will accommodate your schedule so that you don't have to come back 3 times. If you are a VIP buyer, we're going to make arrangements so that you don't have to come 3 times. We're going to have special arrangements for you. And we're anticipating that we may very well also have a grab and go pickup. So if you just have an item or 2, we may add additional times or a day for you to pick up where we're going to try to make it easier for you to participate. So our team are at various locations. This is a big facility, 250,000 square feet. It's multiple chapels, multiple participation areas. There's restaurants, there's cafeterias, there's kid zones, there's office areas, there was a full operational school here, there's lockers and gymnasiums and classrooms and all of the accoutrements that you would expect from a 250,000 square foot facility. This church is very successful, and they've bought a brand new building not too far away because the value of the land that they're at presently became so high for data centers. So the building has been sold. They are building a brand new facility. They've gotten out of the school business, and they've engaged us to help them liquidate all of these assets. Of course, when all of this was undertaken, it wasn't in the middle of the virus pandemic. So we're taking steps. We've conducted probably 25 auctions since the pandemic has just hit. We're taking some extraordinary steps for your removal. We're using safety precautions, distancing, social distancing. We're wiping down surfaces. We're wearing gloves. We've got sanitizer available. We've changed some of our procedures for check-in. There are very few enclosed areas here that are tight and dangerous. And those that are, we expect for you to be in there by yourself. They're not dangerous. They're just close quarters. So we think this is going to go really swimmingly, and the size of the space and the way that we've planned out the pickup, I think it's going to be a breeze. But anyway, let's start with Tommy Casey, who is out at the worship center, auditorium, mega church facility. There's Tommy.
Hey, everybody. So right now I'm standing in the worship center. Gonna go ahead and put all the seating. And as well as the seating, we have most of the lights pulled down for you, ready to go. Easy grab and go. Some of the monitors as well.
I don't know how you're watching it back.
And all of the auditorium items will be available for release on Friday. Of course, if you buy the seating, we'll give you the 3 days. But everything else in here will be for removal on Friday. And you even have the stack speakers and the projector.
And a lot of the stuff that was up in that catwalk has now been taken down. All of that theatrical lighting, a lot of the sound equipment, the control equipment, a lot of the mechanical things that were up high. Now let's shoot up at that in the sky there again, Tommy, at that loudspeaker system. It's a pretty significant stack speaker system, and there's some video components up there also. We do have a boom lift that we're going to make available for your pickup if it's operationally good to go. Right now, actually, it's been running for a couple of years perfectly, and then it just required a service call, which is underway. So we've got techs coming out today to look at that. And to the extent that we have that piece of equipment available, you're welcome to use it as long as you have qualified personnel to do the removal. This is not going to be a bootleg removal operation. Obviously, if you show up, you're going to have people who are responsible, qualified, and prepared with the right tools to be able to do the removal. If you buy a commodity like this theatrical seating that requires heavy deinstallation and an extended period of time for the removal, we have the days from the start of our removal until the conclusion of our removal to accommodate you. So don't worry yourself about the fact that it's certain items on certain days. That does not apply to those transactions and those items that are going to require special deinstallation. If you have any questions, send us a web chat through our website. Know that if you're a VIP buyer or a buyer who's bought something of consequence that's complicated and requires deinstallation, we're going to reach out to you. So be ready for that phone call. So you can see now Tommy is showing you the exit. We've come right out of the theater and boom, stop right there, Tom. That's the spot that you're going out. right out there. So it's grab and go. And there's a gigantic parking lot out there. You can keep walking, Tommy, and show them, what the landing zone looks like. This being a mega church had mega parking. And so there is parking everywhere, and plenty of place for trailers, for trucks, for staffing, and for safety. So when I said we don't have to be concerned about social distancing, when that time comes, these doors will be propped. You should bring your own gloves, clearly, and our team is going to keep their distance so that everybody does exactly what we're being asked to do, which is not be in close quarters, so that we don't, so that we maintain safe distancing. So that's that location. Tommy, why don't you go to your next spot, wherever that happens to be? And now we're going to move over to Tommy Fitzgerald, who is located out by the buses. So let's go ahead and put Tommy in position 1 and make his microphone active. And hold on just a second, Tommy. I'm unmuting your mic if I can. Oh, poo. Tom, in the meantime, why don't you just show around? For some reason, I'm having a problem unmuting you. So let's show them the buses, Tom. I apologize that you can't self-narrate, but here's one of the buses here. You can see that these were used, or you can't see, but I'm telling you, they were used on a regular basis. And when they stopped the school, they stopped running the buses. These buses were actually located out back in the secured fence area and have been brought out front to for ease of use. Tommy, you maybe just step up onto the bus, shoot back in there, and yeah, there you go. So you got a sense of the quality and condition. Obviously, being a private school, they got very mild usage from very well-behaved kids. And so this was used, I'm supposing, predominantly for these students, but might have also been used for congregational purposes. As you can see, it's neat, clean, tidy, ready to go, well-maintained, presents certainly well. And we encourage you to go out today during the preview and take a look at it. We've got videos online of these buses firing up and doing what they do. So that's one of the buses. And then we have 2 more. Tommy, while you're showing those off, and I think everybody gets a pretty good idea of the quality and condition. So those are the buses that we have out at the location. If you have any specific questions about things, please send them now through our web chat, and we will endeavor to get them communicated to our team in the field. Tommy, I'm going to pop over to the next person now, which is Scott Wright. And Tommy, why don't you leave the call and rejoin? Maybe we'll get your audio back. And at this time, we're going to unmic Scott Wright, and we're going to put him in position 1. Hey, Scott.
Hey, good morning. How's everybody? Thanks for joining.
What area are you in, Scott?
Turn around. I'm area where mobile area. I've actually got bad reception. There we go. I've got a lot of lighting, speakers, sound, projectors. Most of the equipment that was up is now down, and we have it stored back here. And you can't believe how easy this removal is going to be. Look at this. There's the door.
Perfect.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you. Just keep going, Scott. And while you're walking, so what we've done is perfect. So loudspeakers, lighting equipment, audio visual equipment, all of those things. And now Scott's moving into an area. Scott, see if we can still have your audio now that you're in the middle of the building a little bit. Okay, so we're not hearing you, but let me tell you that what you're looking at here is all of the educational stuff.
I can hear you.
Oh, there you go. We've got books, we've got toys, we've got puzzles, we've got musical instruments, we've got textbooks, we've got educational aids, we've got children's playthings. The school wound down a while ago, and they went through and collected everything out of the classrooms, organized it by grade, put it on particular tables of like-type merchandise, and then we sold it by the lot that way. So these are larger quantity lots, but things that are complementary to each other. So I think you're going to find that those are things that are easy to understand and easy to get out. These are close to the exit. And again, this type of opportunity you're not going to see very often. And Scott, I'm sorry we don't have your audio at the moment, but we definitely see what you've got. And also, Scott's showing you off some of the educational items, the books, the bookcases. You can see here our textbooks, classroom books. There's history, there's religion, there's English, there's math, there's science. There's all of the nature of textbooks one might expect for a primary grade school. And so there you have it. Take a look online. Our pictures and our descriptions online tell a heck of a story, a good story, so that I think you'll feel comfortable and confident. But what Scott's showing showing you now is right out that door, and kaboom, there's the street, there's the exit, you're out the door, and it's low impact, low touch, grab and go. And we want to remind you, with all of our auctions, we require you to have a scheduled pickup. It's just like the Apple Genius Bar. Once you get your invoice, click the link, here comes the time, select your arrival time, not your duration of time, and then you'll get our time and attention, and you'll show up. And unless we, for some reason, need to idle for a moment to maintain social distancing, you'll be able to go in and you won't be competing with a whole bunch of other people trying to get into the same space at the same time. So we've been at this for about a year using the scheduled pickup. Now, I will tell you, if you show up without a scheduled appointment, you will be asked to wait until a time becomes available. But more importantly, they're going to ask you to go online and set up an appointment, even though you're standing there, so that we can demonstrate and say with conviction to our buying clients that we're doing what we said we were going to do. All right. So now we're going to go to the next person, Eric Rasmus, who's the team leader out there. Eric, let me unmic you. Hopefully we've got your audio. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Eric Rasmus here down here at the chapel. This is one of the more of the church-related items in this auction here. I'll show you a little bit around. I'll flip the camera so you can kind of get a better view of what's going on. This is right outside of the check-in that we're doing today. If you come to today's preview, which is until 2 o'clock, you're going to be seeing Miss Peggy. This is the one way in, one way out. Miss Peggy is right here.
And the area that you're walking through.
Meeting and greeting.
Yeah, there's Miss Peggy, and walk up on her. And then when you do, Eric, flip around so they can see some of the other hospitality assets. Hi, Peggy. Go on our Google ratings, a lot of 5-star ratings and a lot of comments about Peggy. So this is one of the cafeteria food service areas. You can see that we've got dining chairs and tables. This would be perfect for an office setting, for a cafe setting, for a business setting. And then also just over Eric's shoulder, before you get too far, Eric, we also had the Jerry's Pizza and Subs that they had over there, and at least you can see the front end of it. And we're going to put one of our other team members in there. I'm not sure if it's going to be Scott, Tommy Casey, or Tommy Fitzgerald. Oh, it is Tommy, going to be Tommy Casey. But so there's Tommy Casey getting ready to go next. So Tommy, we don't need to see you. Just flip around, show you gear. We're going to flip over to you now and show you some of the hospitality assets. There's a couple of these areas. So there's Tommy, and here's some of the kitchen area. They've done a deinstallation of some of the equipment already. Go ahead, Tom. You can walk and talk.
Here are some of our single burners, and then we have two.
Tommy, the farther back you stand, better off I think it'll be for our buyers to preview, get an understanding conceptually what we got.
Gotcha. And we got 2 double-decker convection ovens, a lot of shelving in the rear, a few triple-door refrigerators and freezers all across, easy access right out the back door to the left. In here, we've got a smaller ice maker, some beverage makers as well. As we keep going, got some food warmers.
And now we're into the pizza area. This is where they were running the Jerry's Pizza franchise. So these are items that are more carry-out related, right, Tom?
Yes, sir. We got your flat top grills, your fryers, your cup dispensers, condiment holders, another ice machine.
Yeah, stay back as far as you can, Tom. It'll help people conceptualize. Here's a nice pizza oven, electric conveyor, 2-deck. And there's a super item in that corner, very popular. We got a dough press. Don't see these very often. Also a sandwich unit there. But these dough presses, particularly Somerset, high-end, top-of-the-line piece of equipment, pretty low mileage considering it was a private school / church hospitality setting. We've also got another hospitality setting that's kind of like a, not really a commissary kitchen, but more of like a cafe kitchen that they were using for their group events. And Tommy's going to make his way, or one of our team members are going to make their way back there. And we're also going to visit the office area and the gymnasium. So let's flip over now to Scott Wright, who's into some of the educational stuff. Here goes Scott. We're going to flip over to Scott, and let's see if we go there. Oh, Scott, I thought you were in the gym. No, I guess Eric's in the gym. Let's try. There we go. As we try to get this there. Okay, Joe.
Hey, everybody. Eric Rasmus here again. Now I'm in the gym. It didn't take me too long to walk here, but we've got everything here. I'm going to flip this camera around, let you see a little bit of what's going on. If I can just pull this up. There we go. So we've got everything from basketball hoops still mounted, up to our heavy speakers in the air. We've got volleyball referee stands, some pads. Even the gym flooring is being sold. I believe this is one of the items that if you buy, you'll have all 3 days to pick up and remove. So that'll be something to consider. Again, I believe there's some sound hoops, or sound barriers available. Here are the bleachers. Those were sold in 3 different lots. More basketball hoops, your scoreboards.
Hey, Eric, step back there a little bit and show them that volleyball divider or activities divider. So if you look up in the air there, you see that blue line. Is there 1 or 2 of those, Eric?
There's 1 of these.
Okay, so it's kind of hard to understand from afar, but basically what this is like a giant curtain. And it's motorized. It comes down and provides petitions between the gymnasium to section it off into 2 different sections. Sold this on a couple of occasions in different facilities. Really popular item. Again, we've got our boom lift available. If it's in service, and we believe it will be because we got a tech coming out, and if not, reach back to us. But either way, you'll be required to self-manage your own removal with talented people who know what they're doing. We're not going to let anybody bootleg it. Same thing with the loudspeakers up there in the ceiling. So to the extent that we have a piece of equipment available for your assistance, you're welcome to use it. I think we've got a boom lift and a scissor lift. The scissor lift's not online, but I think we have it available as well. So it will be your own responsibility, but we can assist with whatever tools we do have. And if you have any questions about that, please check in with us Monday morning before you bid, if that's going to be integral to what you want to do. Okay, so I see, Eric, where are you heading now?
I'm going into the tool section area.
Okay. And so this is kind of the infrastructure things that they used for this $250,000 facility. I see staging. This is the area where they just kind of landed a bunch of stuff that was in other parts of the building. You want to go ahead and walk and talk it, Eric, from afar?
They've got some contractor tools here, some snow plows, generators, compressors, TVs, a tornado, whatever that is. I know somebody knows what it is. You got your artwork, a little bit of assorted everything in here, mannequins, some old speaker systems, some old lighting, kind of give you like a broad view, televisions, stools, chairs. I mean, it's kind of everything, assorted eclectic items. And you got stuff that you don't want to know about. So yeah, toys, everything. It's just a smorgasbord of items back here.
Perfect. And you know, this tour is not intended for you to see the quality of the stuff. This tour is intended for you to understand how it's laid out, how close you are to the exits. And in this case, Eric, don't you have a bay door like right there?
There is a bay door right there.
Boom. So this is grab and go. This is not, oh, geez, am I going to be crushed in with people? First of all, these scheduled pickups are critical to the success of our options generally. And then boom, here comes, you know, the social distancing requirement, and we're already perfectly well suited for it. So, you know, you're not going to be there with 15 or 20 other people waiting to get in. You're going to be 1, maybe 2 people either gathering or removing, and we're maintaining our social distancing, and we're going to require buyers to do the same thing. So this is going to be a safe work environment. It's going to be infinitely safer than what we're all doing, which is going to the grocery store and the pharmacy. So I'm looking for my team to flip their cameras around so I can see what areas they're in so that I can let them go next. I need the office area and the other hospitality area that is not yet been shown. I'm going to flip to Tommy Fitz for a second and show that he's on one of the buses. And Tom, not sure why you're on one of the buses, but does that thing, are we running right now?
Actually, we are. The engine's in the back, and it's pretty quiet up here.
Okay. Maybe take us for a ride, or maybe not. I see that Scott. So this is just another bus. You can see quality and condition, air conditioning, seat belts. Just a nice piece of equipment. And, you know, these stories are best told online with the descriptions and photographs that we've got. I see that Scott Wright is now in another education center. Let's go ahead and flip over to Scott. And thank you, Tommy. Find another spot that we haven't visited yet. We're going to add Scott to the mix now. And hopefully we've got his camera live. So he went dark. In the meantime, we'll drop, there we go, Scott. You're hot, but we're not getting you on camera. So we're going to add Eric now. Oh, there you are, Scott. Let's try it one more time. Nope, For some reason, Scott, we're not getting you. So we're going to flip over to Eric, who's in one of the office areas. Of course, being a big church, they have a big staff. And there are lots and lots of offices with office furnishings. Again, story best told online. These are right at the front of the building, and access out is just like boom, boom, and you're gone. But Eric, just kind of pop into a couple of offices, show people quality condition. Look, this is a congregation that has a lot of members, and their members support this organization both with volunteers and with support. And so it's good stuff, good condition, and they keep the place clean. Now, some of the offices are only partially populated at this time because they've relocated some of the things over to their new location, but this place is squeaky clean. Back in the old days, I tell you, you look at it, you wouldn't get sick. This is, you can see just by looking at the floor, how bright and shiny the facility is. And some of the things that we're selling. Eric, pan left. I know we've got these acoustic tiles on the wall. These are the types of things you might not normally see in another auction, but we've got, sound suppression equipment. We've got infrastructure items because this building is going to be torn down ultimately, and a big data center is going to go up. So there is just a lot of stuff. And we've got a lot of time for pickup, and we've got a great plan for how it's going to be picked up. Here's some more of the lighting. This is some of the pan lighting. And great stuff. So we're going to try one more time, Eric. I think you've kind of exhausted what's out there, haven't you? Let's pop over to, let's see, who else we've got. We've got Tommy out there. Tommy Casey's in office areas. Let's see what Tommy's looking at. So Tommy's showing us some of the office areas as well. Scott, stay where you are. We're going to try to get you added next. For some reason, we're struggling with getting you and your content in. So Scott's showing us now some of the gymnastic equipment. And these are actually, I misspoke. This is the educational area. And Scott, flip back around there again. That is the cots, like the kiddie napping cots. So if you're in preschool business, if you're in the daycare business, this is some of the classroom stuff. And Scott's connection is only so. So we're going to pop into another area. Hopefully Scott can get some video that we're going to be able to use. In the meantime, here's Tommy back in one of the reception areas. And so this gives you kind of an idea of what we've got and where we've got it. I think we've shown you a lot. The one area that we haven't been able to show, Eric, is the educational area that Scott's in. And the audio that we have is, for whatever reason, challenged for most of you. So let's put you, Eric, we're not getting your audio. Sorry. So we're going to try one more time with Scott. And if that doesn't work, we're going to try one more time with me. And so thanks. There you go. Chris Rasmus, we're trying to give you an overview. I think it tells a pretty good story. There's nice stuff here. There's a lot of varying stuff here. There's AV, office, technology assets, food service equipment, gymnasium equipment, hospitality, tools, yard maintenance, building maintenance, quick tools, presentation stuff, video gear, audio gear, theater gear, gymnasium gear. I mean, this place is swimming with product. Over 1,500 lots. If you can imagine it in a church, a school, a business, a theater, then very likely we've got it included in this auction. There is stuff to buy here. It's going to be a great opportunity for all of you, I hope. And we're all in this together. We're going to make it happen together. And we want to thank you for your participation. If you have any questions, give us a call. If you want to know what we're selling, go online to Rasmus.com. Take a look at the inventory individually. There's something for everybody, and there's going to be some great deals. Have a blessed day. Be safe. See you online, and keep an eye on us. And we're going to be doing these videos for every auction. And one more time, our precautions. You're going to need to have an appointment to arrive at this auction, and there's going to be plenty of appointments. You're going to need to pick up certain items on certain days to maintain the social distancing requirements that we have. If you're a VIP buyer, we're going to give you, we're going to treat you differently with arranged appointments. If we possibly can match up with your schedule, we'll do it. If you're a grab and go buyer, there's very likely going to be an additional day added just for people that have one-off transactions or maybe two-off transactions. And if you're a buyer that has special requirements because you've got stuff that's up in the ceiling or requires the installation like the theaters, we're going to work with you. to make sure that you've got the time that you need, but you've got to be prepared to start when the auction renewal begins. It won't be one of these situations where I bought something and I can't get out there for 2 weeks. Please don't bid on the merchandise if you can't respond to the pickup at the beginning of the pickup. We're closing it on Friday. Our pickup doesn't start until, I'm sorry, we're closing on Monday. Our pickup starts the following Wednesday. We want to work with everybody, but you get to set the price. We get to set the rules. That's kind of the way that it goes. And we're using gloves. We're using masks when we have to. We're wiping down common area surfaces. This is going to be a no-touch auction where you have all the space that you need. My team's safe. You're going to get a great deal on some great stuff. And we're really looking forward to figuring out how to adapt to this new environment that we're in. Rasmus is open for business as long as we can be. And we're going to make it safe so you can feel comfortable and confident with the process. Good luck. Have a great day.